Transcript: I'm no soldier, no politician, no lawyer. Just a woman who wanted peace after my husband, Staff Sergeant Eli McKenna, passed away in Afghanistan. I inherited the small farmhouse we bought together in Westbridge Acres, a modest place with wide fields, an aging barn, and memories. Tucked into every beam, I lived quietly with my two retired military K9s, Axel and Raven, both German shepherds, both veterans in their own right. I kept to myself, tended my garden, wrote for a local veterans newsletter. I didn't have fancy lawn ornaments or solar panels or a six-figure landscaping contract, just fresh tomatoes and old rocking chairs. That's what got me into trouble with the Westbridge Acres HOA. At first it was petty things. Your fencing is non-compliant wood style. The barn's color violates visual standards. No pets over 80 pounds without special authorization. They weren't pets. Axel and Raven were retired military working dogs, each with more discipline and courage than the entire HOA board combined. I filed exemptions. I brought paperwork. I showed the certification stamped by the Department of Defense. It didn't matter. They wanted me to remove the dogs, repaint the barn, and pay over $2,000 in fines. I refused. Then things turned ugly. One afternoon while I was cleaning the troughs, a group of 4 HOA board members and 2 hired enforcers entered my property without permission. No warning, no warrant, just walked through my gate like they own the place. I stood up, startled. This is private property. You can't just. The HOA president, a sneering man named Bill Martin, interrupted. You're in violation of multiple codes. We're here to seize unauthorized animals and assess code enforcement measures. The 2 enforcers started walking toward the kennel. You take one more step, I warned, and you'll meet the best trained partners the U.S. military ever deployed. One laughed. Lady, they're just dogs. I whistled a long, low signal. Eli had taught them. Axel and Raven emerged from behind the barn, not barking, not growling, just stalking, stealthy, focused, trained. The men froze. Axel moved to my left, Raven to my right, forming a protective V around me, their eyes locked onto the intruders. These weren't pets, these were professional war dogs trained in protection, detection, and takedown. I suggest, I said, you leave right now before they treat you like a hostile. Call them off, one of the men yelled. You call off your arrogance, I snapped. You don't walk onto my land, you don't touch my dogs, and you don't threaten a gold star widow like I'm some lawn gnome out of compliance. That's when they tried to retreat, but it was too late. Axel took off after one of the enforcers, who stepped toward me. In seconds the man was on the ground, Axel pinning him with military precision, jaws clamped just tight enough to paralyze him with fear. Raven blocked, the others circling like a shadow with teeth, no bites, just presence. Power. It wasn't violence, it was training. I called the sheriff within 10 minutes. Real law enforcement arrived. I showed them the footage. Thanks to Eli's old security system, I had everything recorded. The HOA board members were detained for trespassing, attempted seizure without legal authority, and threatening a service animal. The sheriff, a Marine Corps vet himself, just nodded as he reviewed the footage. Well trained animals, better restraint than most deputies have seen. Afterward the HOA's legal standing fell apart. Their bylaw expansion hadn't been legally ratified. They had no authority to regulate animals already federally registered. A state investigation was launched and Bill Martin resigned within the month. As for me, I still live in my quiet little home. Axel and Raven still guarded, not with barks but with the silent authority of experience. Some folks think the military only trains people for war, but it also teaches you how to defend peace, even if all you want is your garden, your porch, and 2 old heroes at your side.